Podcast, where we're going to be talking a little bit more about the MSG game that will be taking place in April, as we now have got official confirmation that it is going to be a sellout on April the 4th. That is absolutely just incredible. I mean, obviously, when this game got announced back in January, George, you go and watch that episode back. It's called Concrete Jungle. I recommend you watch that. Don't just listen to it. Go and have a watch of it. Because our Jaws, he was in cardiac arrest. I know. We literally could not believe that this had happened. It was like, oh my god. I don't think we saw it coming. No. If you to go back to the inaugural season and say that one day the Heat was going to play at MSG, I just wouldn't believe it. No, I wouldn't believe it. It just wouldn't feel possible. No, it just wouldn't feel real. Because given how that arena is, like to you guys, one of the most famous arenas in the world. It's hard to get venues in there. It's hard to put events on in there. Yeah, and yet here we are. We're in season 3. And we're going to be playing a game at Madison Square Garden. And not just playing a game. It's sold out. It's going to set a new attendance record. So I said to Seattle last week, I said, don't get too comfortable with having taken that record back. I said, don't get too comfortable with it, because chances are you might be losing it to MSG and TD Garden. Although we now know that TD Garden will not exceed that record, because we now know the capacities for both venues. And obviously we're going to talk about the TD Garden game. We're going to talk about that next time. That will be on the very next episode. But we're going to talk more about the MSG game today, because that's what's happening first. That's what's going to be happening on the 4th of April, and then the following week you will have the TD Garden game. That will be happening the following week. Right. So I'm just going to get up the capacities for Madison Square Garden, and then away we go. Okay, so it's going to be 2 seconds to do that. And then away we go. I'll just see if the Sirens have mentioned about it on their site, on their web page. You can also read from that as well. See. Yes, they have. Right, we can do that. So, the York Sirens sell out Madison Square Garden for April 4th game against Seattle Torrent. So the PWHL Hockey League announced that its highly anticipated April 4th matchup at Madison Square Garden between the New York Sirens and the Seattle Torrent has officially sold out. The contest marks the first ever PWHL game at the world's most famous arena. New York sets the standard for excellence, and the response to April 4 at MSG confirms that this market is ready, eager to embrace women's hockey at the highest level, said General Manager Pascal Dawes. Selling out the world's most famous arena is a defining moment for the New York Sirens and a powerful statement about the growth of our league, the passion of our fans, and our commitment to building something lasting and grateful. Yeah. Yes, I agree that is a really bold statement, because obviously, attendance has been something the Sirens have struggled with going all the way back to season 1, when they split their games between the two Islanders venues, so Bridgeport's in Connecticut, and obviously York's in Belmont. Yeah, and of course, I've had plenty of times, both on and off the record, have had a go at the Sirens. I'll admit it for that, but I'm not gonna dare question them anymore. No, this is Sirens me. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna dare. So you're retiring the dirty. I'm retiring my dirty Sirens chant. Yes, because I'm not gonna. I think she's probably retiring it so she can't use it when we're in Denver next week. But no, she better put right full stop. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I still don't think their attendance is where it should be, but this just feels cold. Plus, also we know their game on Sunday. We're recording this on the 6th of March. Their game on the 8th of March this Sunday. The upper bowl of Prudential Center has been opened up, so something's going on there. Yeah, that's a really good sign. Also, that's going to be a very highly anticipated matchup, because obviously the Charge and Sirens are pretty much in the thick of it right now, in that final playoff spot. Yeah, so there's not much separation between them and the Charge right now, so that's going to be a very interesting game. We are going to be in Tio on Sunday at the same time, but of course, obviously, we've had our game. We'll keep an eye. We'll check the results of that. So, yeah, but I think that's a huge. Oh yeah, I mean, we said that this game has the possibility to show people that there is a fan base for the PWHL in New York. It's just you've got to market it right, and the players will come. And the fact that they've sold out MSG is incredible. I mean, it's still, you don't know. You honestly don't know what to say. You've been stunned ever since this game was announced back in January. You've been stunned ever since. Ever since this game got announced back, you've been lost for words. You just can't describe it. Yeah, it's gonna be an incredible thing to watch as well. Yeah, amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be incredible to see what's gonna be a sold out bar, and potentially a crowd in the 18,000 mark. Yeah. MSG's capacity for hockey is, I'm going to be able to see you now, because I did, because I was looking that up before we got rolling. Yeah, but hockey, MSG can hold up to 18,006. Now, if they can do what the Torrent did last week at Client Pledge Arena, then, oh my god. Oh my god. That is going to be incredible. But part of me would have loved if TD Garden had gone before MSG, because TD Garden can hold slightly less than that. So that means if TD Garden sells out every single seat and fills every single seat, they won't be able to then take a record off MSG. They would be probably second above MSG. So we're looking at being able to say that the record got broke 4 times this season, rather than potentially what was hoping to be 5. But that's still an incredible achievement as a whole. Right. But honestly, I'm just so pleased the Sirens have managed to do this, because, you look at a market like New York, they haven't really been able to get the pullers in. They've not had a stable crowd night in, night out. They've not had, I think, above 4,000, maybe. I think that's probably been reached the 4,000. I think it's been the highest across the 3 seasons. So the fact like a team like New York has managed to get the pullers in, managed to get the tickets out on sale and sell them out quickly. I mean, I remember when the tickets first were on sale, a lot of them were already gone, because a lot of them had gone on the pre-sale. Yeah, so it was a same with TD Garden. So straight away you knew these were going to be hot cakes. I just didn't expect to start this quick. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's really good to see. So I feel like for a team like New York, they need this moment. This is the moment where New York can finally showcase to people, look, there is a fan base in here. Okay? You've just got to market it, as you said, but you've got to market it right, and they will come. What we need, though, is for these people who are going to go to MSG, we need to find a way to then get them to then come to Prudential Center. Because New York has got a team that easily could pack in, say, between 6 to 9, 9,000 mark we are probably seeing across the board. Yeah. But, yeah, so you've got, so I really haven't looked for a lot of these people who go to MSG. That's then going to make them get on the subway and get down to Prudential Centre. Yeah, because really, what excuse have you got? I mean, it's accessible by subway. Yeah, you can just hop on a train from New York to New York. So I don't know what has been people's problem. You know, so it just. So I'm so glad that they managed to start this game. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. And you've got the likes, obviously, Sarah Fillier, Kristen O'Neill, Casey O'Brien, Christina Colton-Okaba. A lot of star players on that roster for New York is going to really attract a really good crowd. It's going to make people just be excited to want to come and check out what this is going to be. It's incredible. So yeah, so that's meant. With an arena capacity of more than 18,000, the sold-out gate at Madison Square Garden could set a new US attendance record for a professional women's hockey game, pending the attendance of games in other markets, leading up to April the 4th. Well, have we really got any other markets that could challenge that? Because, obviously, we are going to be in Ball Arena next week, on March the 15th. And that only has a capacity, I think, 16? Just going to double check this now. By the way, if you are thinking of coming to Ball Arena, get your skates on. There's not much blue left on Ticketmaster. Now, there isn't that much available tickets left, so if you want to come and join us next week, then do get your skates on, because there is not that much tickets left. Ball Arena proxy has a capacity of 18,000 for hockey, so roughly similar to MSG. Okay, so Ball Arena could potentially challenge, but I'm not sure there are any other markets upcoming that could potentially challenge that record. Not unless Seattle then gets, say, 17,340. Or 400. Oh, sorry, 17,400. Roughly 7,400. Nah. Anyway, so the PWHL has broken this mark 7 times since its inception in 2024. Most recently in Seattle on February 27, when the sold-out crowd of 70,335 packed Climate Pledge Arena for a contest between the Toronto Raptors and the Seattle Torrent. So this is good. It's just incredible. Oh, that's easy to get beaten. That's still. I have recently done an episode on that, by the way. That is now out, so you can go check that out as well. I've done my thoughts on that. It's just incredible. It's just incredible what we saw there. I mean, they must have. How much standing room capacity has Seattle got at Climate Arena? I mean, that is just because it can only hold about 17,150 seats, and you got an extra 200 potential standing. That is just. That's crazy. That's crazy. That just shows how much people are coming to see this sport, that they are willing to stand there for the entire game. That's incredible. That is incredible. That is just incredible. It's just amazing. And this is going to be a exciting match because you've been trying to stoke up this rivalry, George. How can you not? You've seen the games that they've played so far. You have really been trying to stoke up this Torrent Sirens rivalry. Well, their first matchup in Seattle, I mean, New York thought they were on course for a 3-point regulation win, and then they took that massive major penalty towards the end of the game, and the Torrent not only tied it, but they got the game winner with like seconds to spare. And then you then saw in Dallas on the Taylor Tour, how many goals did we see combined? Was it about 7 or 8 goals? It was like crazy. So I kind of feel that the Torrent and Sirens, whether they like it or not, they are developing this a rivalry here, which is really good because you don't, because obviously yes, Seattle has an obvious geographical over Vancouver, but we want to see if you can make other rivalries in this league. I mean, given how right there's only 8 of us, and hopefully soon to be 12 of us, you've got to try and find rivalries where you can. So I feel like this is a right. If this was the AHL, it probably wouldn't be an epic matchup. But because it's the PWHL, it's an epic matchup. Given how any team can beat any team on any given night in our league, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you get a close matchup, because I think it's gonna be a really exciting game. Gonna be a really exciting game for that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is gonna go down. And I'm just hoping that, like I said, I'm hoping that a lot of people who attend this game will think, right, I want to see this more often. Okay, well then, hop on the subway, get down to Newark, go to the Prudential Centre, and you can see it there. Okay, because the Sirens have pretty much found a home in New Jersey. Yeah. I mean, I think we all questioned it at the start of last season. What were you thinking? Why are you doing this? But I think reality, they're fine. Yeah, they're fine. They are fine. It was a mess in the local season. It really was. It was a mess in the local season in terms of their prior venues. It was a complete, utter mess. So they moved to New Jersey last season. They settled in there nicely. Just need to find ways to get the punters out. Because that's all that's stopping New York from being a really good team. If your home crowds are letting you down, it's also bringing our overall average down, which could be a lot higher if New York delivered the goods. That's it. Yeah, because we are slowly getting towards the 2 million attendance mark. We'll see what happens when our footprints get added to that over the next 3 days on the 13th, 15th, 18th of March. We'll see how that goes down. But we are slowly getting... It would not surprise me we come back from our trip on March the 20th and we are about a couple of hundred away from the 2 mil mark. It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. So when we come back, there's 3 Takeover Tour games in a row. Winnipeg, Chicago, Detroit. It would not surprise me if one of those was when the 2 million mark gets hit, because obviously it happened on Takeover Tour last year with the 1 million mark, so it would not surprise me. Or it could be this game that does it. This could be the game that tips us into the 2 million mark territory, and then others will come back in and just literally be all about it. No, but I'm really excited for this game. I am so excited to see I mean, everybody knows what Madison Square Garden is, okay? You don't need to be involved with hockey to know what Madison Square Garden is. It's one of the most, along with TD Garden, it's one of the most famous hockey not the hockey. They're one of the most famous arenas in the world for all various different types of events. So, yeah. I mean, as I mentioned, even got featured in an episode of Will and Grace. It was season 6. I had to Google it. I forgot what season number it was. It was season 6, where in that episode, Leo takes Will to go to a hockey game. He has no clue what he's doing, and even chants, "Let's go Rangers!" And Leo's like, "It's Rangers." Rookie mistake, but hey, we've all made rookie mistakes in our time when it comes to sports fandoms. Anyway, but no, I'm so pleased that this is sold out, because the Sirens knew this. For a team that had to put up with the whole, you know, oh, they've got no fans, oh, so they say, you know, a couple hundred, okay, they needed this moment. Okay, they really need a game like this, a moment like this, but to show people, look, this is what we can do. Now, this is what we can do. Now, this is what we're capable of doing, and there is a fan base, and you've just got to... Shall I read out some more quotes in the article? Please do. Yeah, I'll do. We can sort of run off. So let's... Okay. This is what their captain to say. "A sellout at the world's most famous arena is surreal," said Sirens captain Mika Zandikart. "This is something we've talked about as players for a while in a what-ifs sense, but to have it be a reality is so exciting. Our entire organisation is proud to represent New York, and we're counting down the days until April 4th, when we have the opportunity to play in front of a packed house in Manhattan." Come here. To remind you, that date, April the 4th, that is, of course, Easter Saturday. What? That means we can't have an Easter egg. To what? Have my local supermarket even stocked Easter eggs in? Because we are technically now a month away. So like, what were you hoping we could? Right, it's close to Easter. We could not make us not a sneaky little egg. Right. Tell you what I'll do is, because obviously we'll do my weekly shops the day before that. If I can spot an egg, I'll buy one, and we can have it as like a sneaky early Easter treat, because obviously it's a huge moment. Or yeah, you're not supposed to have Easter eggs before Easter Sunday, but you guys know. I love this league so much, I'm prepared to bend the rules. I'm prepared to bend the rules. As you guys know, I only celebrate Easter and Thanksgiving. So, there you go. Is this the first time we're going to have games during Easter for the PWHL? Might be. Because normally this would be the point where we would go on the break for the World Championships. Of course, that's not happening because the World Championships are going to be now in November going forward. So, yeah, but it's interesting. Yeah, but, no, I mean, a big crowd for an Easter Saturday game, that's brilliant. So everybody who thought that because Chicago's Taylor Torrent didn't sell well because it's Christmas, you can get fucked right there, because this game's happened on Easter Saturday, and, oh look, it's sold out. So if everybody thought that, the reason why Chicago didn't sell well back in December was because it was close to Christmas, I think you can basically shove that up your ass. Kiss my A. Well, especially as how Edmonton, the day after? I think it was. Yeah, the day after. Yes, it was. Because 28 was. Yeah. So see how the day after Boxing Day, Edmonton hosted us in the Garden Isles because they take a tour and they got 10,000 people. So, nah. You can't pick a fight with us on this matter. We know what we're talking about. Oh god, some of my sass has rubbed up on Lady then. I'm not proud of that. I'm supposed to be the sassy one. Yeah, well, we know your tricks. Anyway, yeah, but really, really happy. Is it funny though, because how on both those 2 days we actually do have a game, but it happens earlier in the day, which means that we can then jump straight into these games afterwards, so it's all good and fine. So really, really pleased with that, and it's going to be just an incredible moment, not just for the York Sirens, but for women's hockey as a whole, to see one of the most famous arenas on the planet sell out a women's hockey game. That is just an incredible achievement. It just shows that our sport is moving in the right direction, and there's nowhere to hide. There is nowhere to hide. We are everywhere. We are everywhere, and we are rapidly growing, and you just got to put up with it. You're just gonna have to put up with it, okay? So really pleased for the Sirens. So, before we go, do we think this will definitely break the record? Yeah. I mean, they could go to 18,000. Absolutely, it's gonna break the record. No, absolutely, it's gonna break the record. Yeah, gonna break it. Yeah. Okay. So, remind you, April the 4th, Easter Saturday, Seattle Torrent, York Sirens at Madison Square Garden. It's going to be so exciting to see so many people out there for what's going to be a sold-out game.